So what is basically November 21st? Um, yeah, November 21st, 2021. So 21. But anyway, 11/21/21. Well, as you can tell, I'm a little sleepy, a little tired, feel worn out. Wanted to do some stuff today, did not get around to doing it. And one of them was cook this big old steak that I got. Didn't get around to doing it. I already woke up and felt like I chose. I had already woke up, felt like I was wanted to choose violence. Of course, it came to me why I felt like that, but I'm still feeling irritated. like, like something is just definitely lingering, but definitely my natural mind, just knowing that somebody is too close for comfort and another one is not close. Not close enough, as far as, like I said, the natural, how I feel. Ended up having that dream regarding my daughter. Well, now it would be yesterday, but yesterday morning, and, where her shoes and stuff was on the wrong feet, and she was trying to convince me of something that, that it was right or whatever. So, I gotta go look that up about shoes being on the wrong foot. But then I turned around and I was sending a message. The reason why I was even in my inbox on Instagram was because somebody was telling me they wanted to send me a cash app. Of course, it's probably some type of scam or whatever. So they started trying to get me to jump through all these hoops, and I was like, nah. Oh, excuse me. So that was the main and only reason I was on there. So then I came across a video that I wanted to share with somebody that I had been like, I don't even want to say infatuated with, but that might be what it was, but or whatever. So I sent it to them. And then, like, in the process of doing that, I kind of glanced down and I seen my daughter's Instagram page, which I told her that she didn't need to have, and I disapproved of and all that, whatever, and she kept it or whatever. And of course, I see little pictures and stuff that she put up. Of course, my daughter is cute, but it's just, to me, it's like that dark tone that's like setting in, and I'm just like, or trying to set in, should I say. I don't want to say it's setting in, but trying to. And of course, got her hair and stuff done like a lot of these other girls that be walking around. I think she got some kind of color in it, if I'm not mistaken. I just didn't make the picture big or whatever, because I don't know how much my heart could take regarding that. Like, your kids will disappoint you, but honey, this right here, she already, took it to the extreme. And I couldn't, I don't feel like I could bear, like, my heart really have been going through some stuff. So, and I was already going through some stuff regarding, her dad and then the boys' dad and stuff like that. So now I just like, absolutely not. So, of course, she's on my mind and definitely my heart as well. But I'm gonna just pray about it. And then, of course, with that little boy who reminds me of Damien and just a all-out heathen, back already looking over here. And I seen him just looking over here, worrying about what's going on over here. Y'all don't know how to get out your car, go on in, do your stuff, handle y'all business, and stop worrying about my household and stuff. So that irks me. But it's like, when do they go back to school? Cause yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm definitely feeling irritated. I'm definitely going to pray. I wanted to just, sometimes when I'm feeling irritated and stressed, or even like spiritually contaminated or dirty or polluted or whatever, I'd be wanting to still get in some water and take a shower. And, well, at least just get in the water. I didn't do it earlier, and maybe I should still do it. just to kind of, try to get this up off of me or whatever. But I did watch an interesting video, like when you serving God, and then, I mean, I know a lot of people consider it backsliding, but when you do something you got no business that God disapprove of, this, that, and the third, and you've already been delivered, and then, you know what I'm saying, I guess, you would call it backsliding, I guess, I don't know, but anyways, because I don't know, I used to get into all in religious terms and stuff like that, but I just don't know more, because I don't really believe in just the terms like that, because of the the language is so probably mixed up or whatever. But let's just say you do something that God disapproves of, and you knew beforehand that God would disapprove of, but it's hard for me to say didn't care as opposed to just felt like that's what I needed to do or wanted to do, should I say. But anyway, and then the enemy just come back, what you got delivered from, the enemy come back and bring more, and bring different stuff, and then it's a lot. But she was speaking, she was teaching, she was spitting. So I was like, okay. But so you know what I'm saying, I got that understanding. And so, I'm definitely battling with some stuff. Definitely, I believe I, if it's not within, it's definitely try to, be stick close near me and torment me and stuff like that. But Lord, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't like to see my daughter's hair like that, and just, I don't know, man. Of course, I miss her, so anything could probably irk me, but it's just stuff that reminds me of his mom, and it's like, and it could just be my daughter's personality, and I know she gets some of it from, both sides of the family, and that's just what it is. But then I think I seen nails, and I already see this iPhone, and it's like, girl, to me, it's just the things of the world, and it's like, and, you want your kids to live their life and be able to make their own mistakes and stuff like that, but I want it to be actively involved and up close and personal, but, I'm still giving God the glory, because at least I can say, hey, I seen the picture of her. I don't know if that's recent or how recent it is. I just wouldn't click on it, because I'm just like, I just don't. I do well with not dealing with certain heartbreakers. Some stuff I will look at, and you know what I'm saying? If I'm involved with you, if I'm there, I'm gonna look at it or whatever and find out. But like just for instance, when I was with the boys' dad, when involved with him, let me get up in there. I'm looking all up in, because I feel entitled. I feel like, okay, your business is my business. You are my business. And then, of course, when my daughter was here, your business is my business and you are my business. But she's over there with him with it. And I mean, he literally have not, brought my child to see me. And I doubt even encouraged her. And when I did see her, he mentioned, even like, oh, honey, I just want him to keep my name out his mouth or any talks about me. Because to me, it's just fake. So. I'd rather him go ahead and do this, but the fact that he done kept my daughter away and not encouraged her as a parent to be around me, with me, he left her with me first and left her on me, and of course did whatever he felt like doing, and I was raising her until he felt like being bothered with her and stuff like that. And then, of course, when the whole situation of 2018 came up, when I was just like, I'm not gonna, I can't have it. And I was protective of my daughter, you know. But even then, I didn't encourage her to talk to her dad or anything like that. I just did not withhold her from her dad. And, one thing about it, God knows the truth about that. It was just, God knows what was going on in the inside of me. And I had to go with those convictions. And I'm glad I did, and I wouldn't change nothing else. I would do it the same way again, except for just what I did that I feel like opened up the door for this right here to take place. And, I'm still feeling it brought back some stuff as far as me feeling like this is the worst possible thing that my boys' dad could have done to contribute to this whole thing and to bother with me and stuff like that. But Trusting God to just keep me. Somebody prophesied that my life will crumble. There's been other prophecies about my life or just in general. And it's like the good ones did not want to activate or happen. But as soon as somebody says something, and I don't want to even say soon, but somebody says something crazy, and it's really to me, it's a smoke screen, definitely what the enemy, some of it I feel like is a smoke screen, what the enemy tries to make it look like, haha, that's what happened, you know what I'm saying? That's what happened, that's what you get. But, yeah. It's so funny because in other ways, be prospering or feeling prosperous, should I say, and at least doing decent. But anyway, yeah, I got irritated after seeing that. So that's definitely gonna have me in prayer because like I probably won't be able to sleep peacefully until I pray. And it's just no coincidence that I seen her anyway on the same day that I had a dream. That I seen a picture of her, on the same day that I had a dream about her, or within the 24 hours. And so that was different. And just the fact that that little boy entered in over, not over here directly, but close enough. And then, but my daughter is elsewhere and still elsewhere, whatever. And I'm like, what? And I reside here, live here. You don't even live here. And you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's irritating. And honestly, I usually be saying, I want my man with my man at this, that, and third, whatever. My husband would help to soothe it. But just what if, it got me thinking, like, what if your husband is the one that would try to get you separated from your child, your children, or your, a loved one and stuff like that. And I'm saying that because, of course, he was the closest thing to a husband to me. And definitely the only one that I was actively involved with. When I was involved with him, I never got involved with anybody else. Now, baby, I feel like I'm free not to just be involved with anybody. And matter of fact, I just seen a Instagram story or video or whatever where this man was like laying his hands on his woman, and he was just praying over her, and she was like, make sure you get you a man of God. It was a reminder, but it's like I almost let that slip away from me as far as just more worldly stuff, because I also see where this man is just massaging up so many different women, and just spiritually I know the difference, but naturally it's kind of hard to distinguish. It's like, oh, he look like he's doing a good thing, a wonderful thing, because he's not supposedly and allegedly not having sex with these girls or whatever, but he is doing something and stimulating them. And like when your body get massaged, you getting on some kind of release and stuff like that. And I don't know what all he's getting out of it, because he's definitely up close and personal, smelling them and putting their bodies all in his face. I'm not gonna go into details, but anyway. So just seeing that man touching his wife and praying over her, that was just a reminder, like, I once wanted that. Like, now I feel like I be feeling like I don't necessarily need that, or I can't say I don't want that, because it's just always appealing when a man he know how to pray. But I'm at a place where it's like, oh my goodness, I don't feel like I used to. And it almost feels like it was stolen away from me, that desire. And like their dad took that into whatever, dealings or relationship or whatever. I don't know what to call it, but whatever dealings he's been a part of. And just, it really feels like that was stolen from me. It's like, oh, it's like the Little Mermaid. She's giving up her voice, her singing voice, and of course, if it was real life, something, a talent that God gave her, and you giving it over to the enemy, and you know what I'm saying, in exchange for whatever, she wanted to be on land and this, that, and the third, and it's like, what did I get in exchange? um, left to raise the kids, which I love my kids, but left to raise kids on my own. My daughter, oh gosh, it was just crazy. And just I've been thinking too all day of the fact that he just kept on saying, you gotta go, you gotta, like, he told me that twice. He told me that when I got pregnant with our second son. Oh, you gotta go. So he said this before. This was 2015. He said this before he got around this female, and then And that seed could have been planted by his own dad or whatever, or it just could have been something that he took on, or, he could have heard it from somebody. But, he might have felt like that. He said it then, and then he said it again, and I was like, somebody gotta go. When he got involved with this girl, he was like, you gotta go. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not gonna let you say that a third time to me. I'm gonna just stay right over here and mind my business, and just trust and hope that God, send me that support system. So yeah, but anyway, it's coming up on quote unquote Thanksgiving, when I believe that every day should be a day of Thanksgiving. So that's me or whatever. But yeah, just of course seeing my daughter, having a dream about my daughter, and then seeing her. Of course, I've been talking about alignment and confirmation. Um, that's somewhere in the mix of, and I don't want to say in between, but somewhere in the mix of. I want to say it's confirmation, but when I tell you, this stuff try to be mind-boggling, try to get me into a twilight zone. I did not get the stuff done that I wanted to get done today, which I'm almost okay with that, because sometimes when I be wanting to do it, it flows better when it's the time for me to do it. Like, I get it done. I really literally get it done. But I was just irritated. I was irritated. Tried to be discreet and dropping stuff outside, and I'm like, oh my goodness, wow. But yeah, hopefully I give me some good rest tonight. I'm in my room now, so I really can pray in here now, but I was gonna go get in the water, because just sometimes I be feeling like, I need to get some spiritual dirt off of me. I need to get, not only, it's not even natural dirt, because I took a shower, but it's just spiritual. It's like something try to contaminate, and just me waking up wanting to choose violence, and then next thing I know, not too long after that, and I see. It's so funny, because I had wanted to go outside earlier, and if I would have went out there earlier, I would have probably got cold. I always go prepared, but I would have probably got cold and wanted to come in and wouldn't have seen what I guess needed to see. I'm giving God the glory in advance, and praising Him in advance, just because I know how to. Like, even when you do something that God is not pleased with, you still don't forget that you need to be acknowledging Him. Well, you shouldn't anyway. Shouldn't be that far gone. But I didn't forget that. I need to acknowledge Him. I need to give Him the glory. I need to praise Him in advance anyway. So trust Him definitely for victory. I just still want some kind of breakthrough and just clean up regarding with my daughter. And I haven't really had no dreams with the other folks involved or whatever. And honestly, I don't, whatever they're doing for and with her, whatever, feeding her, clothing her, this, that, and the third, I don't give them any type, like, I don't feel the need to give them any type of credit or anything. Because, of course, her dad, if done right, you're supposed to be doing that anyway. And even as far as grandparents, you're supposed to contribute, however you're going to contribute to your grandchild's life. Of course you need to be encouraging your child to do that, but yeah, I don't feel the need to give them any credit or any thanks. I just thank God that, that I'm guessing she's protected, she's safe and stuff like that. She's safe in Him. To me, she's not safe with them. But, because of who I belong to and who I submitted my child to, that's the only thing that keeps me knowing that, okay, she's all right. But, oh Lord, the fact that I got enough room for her and everything is like, and the fact that I wanted a place for her to be able to be in the yard, when she was younger, of course. But I didn't want to stay in, like, apartment complex or project, stuff like that. So we could have our own yard and, things like that. So that was my goals. And honestly, if I would have had more support and and other things. Yeah, from her dad, but of course I'm not even looking back at him at all. But from her dad at the time, then I think I would have went further than what I am. I was also thinking about how the time when her so-called uncle, I don't want to downplay anything, because he, you know what I'm saying, he probably done did some of the more respectable things regarding her life than his own mama and his brother, the actual. But I was thinking about the time when he was like, he told me I was a failure and this, that, and the third, and like, I didn't care. I didn't receive that or nothing like that. I didn't agree. I just felt like, damn, that's how you feel about yourself. Like, cause he said you're a failure too, and I'm like, wait, what? And that was trying to resonate with me today, and I'm like, oh god. So there's just a lot going on, but I'm gonna get off of here. I'm talking low because that's how I feel these days. Oh, that's the other thing. I was laughing earlier because the ones across the street, they seemingly gotta go outside, stand on the porch, and go smoke their cigarettes and stuff. They just smoke, sometimes chain smoke or whatever. And even though they mammy city, they mammy don't live there or whatever, or stay there, should I say? They still gotta go out there and smoke them cigarettes. And it's just funny to me because y'all will be respectful on that level, but y'all disrespectful in so many other ways. But okay. Anyway, oh, I feel some kind of relief. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. Like, even now, just while I'm talking, it's not about me talking, but maybe somebody's praying. But either way it go, the prayers of the righteous avail much. Maybe God put me on somebody's mind and heart, because yes, I feel some release. But I know I still gotta pray myself. I really do. But thank you, God. Thank you, God. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Yes, God, ahí estará la Aisha, Kaya, y todo Shai, and the sequel and the sequel. Thank you, Lord. Oh, yeah, but yeah, what I seen through the picture, just to me, not that I don't have no hood in me at all, because I know I lived in that, and a lot of times you become that product of your environment. I know I got some ghetto, some hood, this, that, and the third, or whatever, ratchet, definitely, but I don't know. I didn't want that for my daughter, and so I'd be like, oh God, she got something so hood about her. But I know good and well, I know her daddy. He claimed hood, gangster, this, then a third, just retarded stuff to me. But okay. But I just look at him like, that's not. I don't want no little ghetto queen, ghetto fabulous. I just don't. I don't want that. But anyway. I found a song I was looking for. I've been looking for this song, and I thought it was Dipset or Jim Jones or whatever, and it was Kanye West. Can't tell me nothing. It's the part or whatever where the lady's voice is singing. I'm on Google trying to hum the tune or whatever, and Google looking at me like nah. But yeah, I found it. I don't know. I mean, I do know how I came across it. What was I looking at? Probably some stuff about Young Dolph, but I was looking at something and ended up coming across it. But anyway, I'm just glad I found it. And I need to go back and listen to the words, because I don't know. But, oh, I'm glad that I went on out. I went out for the, I'm glad that I did what I did yesterday, too, as far as my stuff. Setting up my little section or whatever. But I'm glad I went out, took my son out for his for his birthday and stuff like that. Did that all last week, so I really don't have to go out. Lord willing, my sons will continue to do what I need them to do around the house and stuff like that just to help me. And really, I do still feel like I need help, physical help, natural help. I definitely look to the hills from whence cometh my help. But yeah, and God sends me help, mental, spiritual, and things like that. But I need help because I'm a big girl now and I'm getting big. I have some things going on. It's just a lot, man. It's a lot on my mind as well. I'm sitting here doing this breathing like I'm pregnant, but I definitely don't feel it. But yeah, doing this breathing like I'm pregnant. Yeah, like a real pregnant woman. I just pray for my own deliverance once again, because from whatever it is that I need to be delivered from. Of course, I know some of it is food and my eating habits and stuff like that. Like, I was so skinny, collarbone was out and everything back in the day, wrist bone. Well, you can still feel see my wrist bones. My arms ain't got that fat. But, I was so skinny and really didn't know how deprived I was of, like, nutritious food and stuff like that. Because I remember eating little Totino's pizzas, of course, oodles and noodles when I was younger. And of course, you feel full when you're a child on that, but you don't realize, and not that she didn't cook when I got older and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. This right here is definitely too big for me. I ain't mean to get this big at all. At all, at all. I tried to freaking rock climb the other day. It didn't happen. Didn't happen at all. Honey, if I was on the side of a mountain scaling and they had a harness on and everything, I wouldn't go make that thing probably to save my life. I would have tried, but honey. But anyways, I just thank you, Lord, for the relief I do feel, and I pray that you continue to bring about release if necessary. Release wherever necessary, however necessary. Be in the midst, Lord. Continue to watch over me and my boys. Continue to watch over my daughter. Protect, cover, and keep. Lord, in that dream, she was trying to convince me of something being something. I can't even really say if she was trying to tell me that was the right way. I don't know, because I did not write it down right then and there, but immediately. But yeah, and I just pray that she's not convinced that right is wrong and wrong is right, or left is right and right is left, because no. And Lord, just continue to help us, Lord, in this journey, this thing we call life, this thing that you designed, you created us, and you designed for us to walk it out. Thank you, Lord, that you never leave nor forsake me. Just keep me. Definitely, Lord, my right mind. My right mind. Oh, man. As always, as soon as I come in here, no matter what time. Yes, God, be in the midst. Sasikana, Ikodanda, Shikona, Isikana. Ikaya, Ikoserishna, Ikodanda, Sianda, Sikona, Ikodanda, Siara, Ikodanda, Sikona, Ikodanda, Sikona. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Yep, the way things are just set up is still just a bit like. But anyway, I was in the middle of praying and stuff, and my son, my youngest son, he had to come in and use the bathroom. But the thing about it is, I used to sing for Sean Mitchell. It's turning around for me, and it won't always be like this. But I'm like, ugh, it turned in a totally different, unexpected direction than I thought. You know, I just really feel like I would have did well if he would have just remained and stuck it out with me and stuck with us. Not stuck with us. I don't want to say it like that, but just didn't give yourself no other options or this, that, and the third or whatever. Didn't give yourself permission to try to verbally abuse me or bring somebody else's madness to me and stuff like that. And I mean, I got literal recordings, honey, with stuff being called out my name. Got definitely plenty of um email messages and stuff like that where so I I'm not even battling with whether or not I did the right or wrong thing. When I had to close the door, I just shouldn't have never opened the door again, I guess. I didn't, once you have kids with somebody, I guess I got tricked into, hey, we gonna make it work. It's gonna work out this time. You know what I'm saying? I had already tried times before. But when I did close that door and stuff, and in 2017, that door was actually being closed for me. I thought it, again, was just separation, and I didn't think separation meant that it was termination or cancellation. But once I did that, it was a verbal ban. It only, I feel like something or somebody tried to make me feel guilty, like I shouldn't have did that. A part of me feel like, that's what the ones who try to enforce that wanted wanted me to do, and like they get satisfied with that and get off on that. But I don't feel like I was wrong. Like, I would go back and I would do that again, because if anybody is spewing anything at me that is not from them, just like even with my daughter, if she's taking up issues with me that may be from her dad and this, that, and the third, that's not gonna happen. She ain't, nothing that I said to her, she's not taking up with her dad, and I didn't expect her to. Nothing that I said either to her or around her that might have been about her dad. She didn't do that. So, and I'm not saying that, okay, if you ain't gonna do him like that, but definitely don't do me like that. So I don't appreciate it. But yeah, anybody that's spewing anybody else's madness at me and they not respectfully coming to me about something that they feel I did to them, okay, you want problems. So I just go to God to resolve them and solve them and all that, because I'm not going to let that linger. But yeah, I don't feel like I did anything wrong. I just, back to what I said earlier, I feel like something was stolen from me, that desires that I had was, and I feel like what little desires or what few desires I even had was stolen. Like, wow, where it was healthy and wholesome and stuff like that. And definitely try to contaminate and pollute me and make my desires to be as filthy and trashy and stuff like that. But I don't know, I still desire some good, but all I mainly can say is I submit my mind, will, and emotions and my desires even to God, just to continue to fine tune, continue to refine me. At one point in time I felt so refined. To ask me today, oh baby. Anyway, you will know that I walk with the Lord, and I have walked with Him. But it's some old other stuff trying to happen, and I don't know. I just didn't know. Now that's some real witchcraft where somebody can switch, and I literally had Freaky Friday type. People say vibes or whatever. I had Freaky Friday type indications of this stuff. And I literally wrote it down in 2017, and I'm like, really? For real though? And the enemy was just after me, period. Definitely was. And so yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just I'm still feeling like a damsel in distress a little bit, and oh God, please. But I just feel like I'm begging God, please just send me somebody. But God knows I don't just want anybody. I don't just want a female. I would love to have a female companion, and of course, my husband, a male companion, and this, that, and the third. But at this point, I don't really know what to do and how to be with people. Of course, you be yourself, but it's like, honey, I don't know what's going on within me, so I don't want to snap on nobody, abuse nobody, or anything like that. I don't want to be. And then the other thing, I was feeling like, well, if we doing all this reaping and sowing, I definitely am reaping or have reaped some of the crazy stuff that I did, and some of it was in ignorance, some of it was just deliberate. I knew, in most cases, I didn't know the half of what I was doing, but I knew half. That's pretty much what I knew, a percentage of what I was doing, but I didn't know the depths. But yeah, a lot of it was ignorance and just stupidity or whatever. And yeah, so I'm like, but when? Oh, but wait, when am I gonna reap the the other stuff? But I'm good, I'm good. I'm in good company with God. I know I get to just turn to Him, and I try not to turn away from Him. But yeah, so it's a whole lot of. Well, I'm not gonna be on here. Well, I say I'm not gonna be on here, but Lord, I'm still calling on you and just thanking you for your presence. And that's one thing, like, Lord, don't take your presence away from me, which I know He's not gone. It's just because if I'm still feeling these emotions, these ups and downs, I know He's here with me. I don't feel condemnation, but the enemy will try to convince you that, oh, that's a wrap. You are condemned in this, that, and the third. But Satan, the Lord rebuke you. Like, I don't, I ain't got to worry about that. But this other stuff, playing with your emotions, like my emotions was already played with before by people, but when it's a whole nother level, and not to say that people ain't still involved, still trying to conjure up stuff, but, and you know what I'm saying, just responding with evil and wickedness and iniquity. But yeah, when it's just me physically here by myself having to deal with this, and like, I have to just, it has to continue to start with me and end with me. Because, yeah, of course, my kids ain't doing nothing. They just being kids, and, well, that I know of anyway. Shoot, my other child was up in here. Just literally doing witchcraft, and, just be honest, if I've never said that before, because I just don't put my kids on blast, but literally doing manifesting and witchcraft and certain stuff like that. And she manifested herself somewhere, but she didn't manifest herself where she thought she was going to be. And again, last I checked and knew, but and there was some other stuff that she was in here doing. I was just like, Lord, and she was going to sleep to subliminals and stuff like that. And see, when I was young, I used to leave my music on. And again, all this new age stuff wasn't, I'm not gonna say it wasn't out, but it just didn't seem as rampant. But she literally was doing it. I'm like, oh my God. And so I would talk to her and tell her, like, I don't approve of that, and I don't agree with that. And then she had told me, when she left from here, I don't do that no more, and this and the third. But I don't know. Something still looks like that's what it is. Looks witchy about her, bewitched and stuff like that. And that's just, to me, that's the worst. That's the worst. But I trust God, and yeah. Continue to submit my child to you, Father God. Keep her covered. If nothing else ain't gonna get me to praying and stuff like that, move me, it's gonna be that. When I can physically see something. Because I know if I look at my child, I will see, oh my God, I don't know what's, pretty much going on with her. Just by the surface, and I don't know what's going on. Just by looking at the surface, I don't know what's going on internally. And it's not that it's not for me to know, but my natural mom emotions will be there. I'll wallow in that before I even think about. So I took one glance and I'm like, oh Lord, I'm not gonna try to put my hands on it. get frustrated or anything. And of course, she called last week, like 2 weeks ago or whatever. So, but yeah, it makes me almost want to hate my boy's dad. But it's so weird because, of course, I definitely love him, but I'm not in love with him. I don't have them feelings or whatever. I was watching Chaka Khan tonight, and that's my song. I Feel For You. Oh, I used to love that, and I think I used to think about him when I would sing that song. At this point, absolutely not a nan, but it just almost made me try to like feel some hatred. Oh, so then I was looking at a picture of somebody that I was like I said, sometimes I could say infatuated with, but I don't know if it was infatuation. I actually had a care and a concern for this person as well, and they started in this picture. They reminded me of the little boy that just is like, trying to bother with me, trying to let the enemy use him to bother with me. And I was like, almost like turned off, like, ugh, like absolutely not. Because if you got that same type of familiar type stuff, and it could have just been my eyes playing tricks, but I don't know. If you got that familiar type of stuff, I don't want no parts of that. So I'll just say, Lord, continue to protect me, watch over me, keep me, my children. It is so much demonic stuff and, of course, antichrist spirit type stuff just running rampant in this world. Or, some people say antichrist and others say the beast system and stuff like that. Stuff is here. It's without a doubt is here. It's definitely active in this world. I just pray that the righteous, that the righteous of God, the ones that belong to God, prevail. But it's just some wicked stuff going on, and if you don't know how to find peace and get to a peaceful place, definitely would be, and myself would just be a victim. It would be a tragedy. It's crazy. It's really crazy out here, and I did not know the depths. I didn't even know it was crazy. Like, I didn't even know it was really crazy. I thought it was some weird stuff going on, some bad stuff going on in this world, but my God, now I'm knowing and understanding better, but still lacking some understanding in areas, and it's like, but like I said, right now, the way I'm laid out, I feel like I'm like ready to deliver a baby. As a matter of fact, I'm about to get on my bed because I was just sitting in a chair. It's the chair actually that I picked up for my daughter. I made her pay half of it, and I bought, I paid half. It was pretty. It's a pink little chair. And so I'm just gonna get in the bed real quick, lay out, because I really just feel like, and I haven't felt like I was pregnant and having a baby in so long. Like, it's been a long time. Matter of fact, it's probably, oh my goodness, it was. I know it had to be my boy's dad's birthday. In 2018, it wasn't 2017, it had been 2018 or 19, one of them, and I'm like, oh wow. So yeah, but oh, mm, mm, mm. I guess that's what comes along with. I'm asking God to deliver me. I guess I'm supposed to be delivering something. I don't know. Not something. Excuse me. Something of God. If it's something, but something of God, because I don't want nothing less. Birth and deliver. Thank you, Lord. What's today? Oh yeah, it's 21 or whatever. Oh well, yep, it's 21. But well. Mm. Thank you. Thank you, God. Now you got on the high, so sick it is. You shy, you thought on the high, so God, you can. Oh, yes, Lord. Hi, Shataro Shikaka, Tarala, Shaka, Stana, High, stay, kid in the high. Hallelujah. Oh, Hasikana High, Kaya, Tashai, Tarana High, Sheketaroshi, and Dasti, and Sikuna, Sakaya, Koserena High, Sayaroshia. Oh, yes, Lord, thank you. Oh, even just felt like I was like breaking out of something, and I'm thankful because, yeah. Break out, honey. Whatever, who's ever in some kind of bondage, break on out. And me, myself included. Sometimes I have to coach myself, encourage myself, definitely in the Lord, because, oh, 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 Lord, I really just don't want to go through another pregnancy by myself, whether it's spiritual, whether it's natural. I just don't want to do that. Thinking about my all three of my pregnancies, and with me by myself. I haven't known the man that got me pregnant by my side, and I've been watching a lot of stuff regarding that and how some people just really think that we should do away with these men, black men. Some people think that they should be aborted. They should just, of course, we need to just stop having kids with black men altogether and other things like that. And me personally, I don't know what to think. I'm thankful for my black sons, but also like, hey, all that she's talking about, I've experienced that. Not being protected by a black man, of course being left and all that, like, you know what I'm saying, and the list goes on. So, but one thing about it, God have not left nor forsaken me. So, oh, 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 oh. My goodness. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How you don't know how you go down that. Yeah. Second high, go sit in high. So it's an alala. She I to she karado she and she I chaka ya koranda si kon high koranda si. Hasi and hasi kon high I shaya koranda si aro si I kan high get isaro si kero she and she I karana I kikoro she I. Oh yeah, this is coming up on. See, God always had me regarding dates, but it's coming up on or around the time when he got verbally banned from here. So of course it's that week. I'm like, what is going on? It's that week. To the date is 26th, which his birthday is on the 26th in another month. So it's just wild. It's wild. Then of course, last year was other stuff going on during this week. There's a lot going on. And this is like the week where probably the time when this might be the day where I didn't say nothing to my daughter. I had to go back and look, which I really don't want to be reminded of that because now look where we at, and it's like, this is disgusting. But it was this where I just that yeah. And then the 2019 was 2019. Yeah, it was 2019 going into 2020 where the girl tried to reach out to me. I don't know what. Oh, it was November the 24th. Reach out to me talking about other stuff and stuff that I didn't approve of, and I pretty much rejected. And I'm like, I wasn't even trying to give you a polite no thank you because I had already told you no thank you and no before. I know I'm saying it like I'm talking to her now, but I'm just like replaying it, kind of like, no, I done already told your ass no before. Leave me alone. I don't care if you're connected to him in whatever type of way. I'm talking about the boys is dead. That's on y'all. That's y'all bullshit. And whatever else, whatever y'all consider it or whatever. So yeah. And I'm still, it's still a firm no. No, hell no. No, thank you. I ain't trying to wish nothing bad, even though, she's trying to stir up something bad in my life, something troublesome in my life, but it's all good. I'm good because I'm with God, but oh, Lord, have mercy. Yeah, that right there. And she even mentioned my daughter and stuff like that. But yep, so I gotta go back to last year when all that was going on. Well, I don't want to go back. I'm going forward, but I can go and look at some of the stuff. And I'm actually in my bed. I'm here lately, been sleeping in the living room, so it's different. But yeah, this has probably been the week that I just, and me and my daughter just like started maneuvering around each other at different times and stuff like that. And it was like a foretelling that something was occurring and changing and shifting, but I'm telling you, I never would have thought that it was this right here. So, and I hope that she remembers like this was the time when, and I can go back in her stuff and see where she was telling her dad, my mom ain't talking to me and this, that, and the third, whatever. But anyway, God continue to have your way. That's God reminding me that He's always been ahead of the enemy, period. He was already showing me things before certain stuff happened and took place. But again, He's the all-knowing. He only shared with me on a need-to-know basis, and that right there just preached to me. I just know that, and I'm reminded that He's in the midst. He's on the throne, not even in the midst, but on the throne, and there's none that can compare to Him. Like, period. It's just He wins. He wins. He won, and He wins. He won. He will continue to win, and you know what I'm saying. So to God be all the glory. I'm gonna continue in prayer. This is 51 minutes long. Try to upload this later, but yeah. Wow.